Hello, dear friends of Le Salon de la Musique. Today, I have the pleasure to welcome my old friend and wonderful musician, artist of Le Salon de la Musique, Denis Zhdanov. So, let's invite him. Hello,
Hi,
Denis. How are
everyone.
you?
Hi, Francesco.
So
Great to
nice
see
to
you.
see you. So nice to see you. I know you are currently very busy. So thank you for being here with us. How are
It's
you?
a great pleasure. I want to welcome everyone who is already watching us and everyone who will come later and will not hear my welcome note, but still, thank you guys that you are all here. And thank you, Francesco, for this opportunity to speak about music and to share our positive vibes.
Thanks to you. Thanks to all our friends of Le Salon that always are with us. Let's see. We have some comment here. We cannot see who you are, but we see hi. Okay. Let me see if in the group. Maybe somebody wrote in the group. I want to see who is this person to say hello. Okay. We will see later. Okay. Hello to you. Okay, Dennis. Let's talk about you. Tell us, where are you from? Tell us about your life, where you're living, what you're doing. Present yourself.
Well, I'm a Ukrainian-born pianist. I reside in Switzerland right now. I play piano professionally for more than 20 years already, and I just love music. That's it. And I try to share my passion whenever I
Oh,
can.
ok, David, I've seen. Ciao Davide, ti ho visto. Un abbraccio per te. Scusami, ma qui da questa piattaforma dove dove sto trasmettendo non posso vedere i commenti se scrivete dal gruppo. Quindi, se volete vedere, volete che io veda i vostri nomi, andate sulla pagina del salon, così io vedrò i vostri commenti. Ok, Dennis. So let's continue. We are here actually for one reason. We want to talk about your project, about your amazing project, your blog. I just posted on Le Salon de la Musique this really beautiful, really strong trailer you made. So please tell something about this project.
Since we are all in the very complicated situation right now, and most of us, I'm pretty sure, pretty everyone of us has lost all concerts and all musical activities. We should expand internet more intensively, more aggressively, I think, and to use this platform to share our experience and to share our love to music and our product. So, of course, everyone finds his own solution, his own answer against this situation. And my answer was, since a few years, I'm thinking really profoundly about the efficiency of piano playing, and I have my own personal reasons for that, and also because I teach a lot. So I'm thinking about how to play better and how to practice smarter. And I think that I have accumulated a number of methods and number of ways and tips which I just would like to share with people. And this opportunity, those 2 months, 2 months, which um, I'm I'm just sitting at home practically without concerts, students, teaching, gigs, performance, and whatsoever. So it gave me time to systematize all this experience and to plan a blog in the form of different videos. Uh, each video has its own topic, its own theme, and I try to do it as professional as possible. Although I'm just a musician, I'm not a filmographer. I'm not a.
I know what it
I
means.
have never studied. I have never studied videography and whatsoever, but I think it's important also to be able to do that and to promote yourself and to create a qualitative content as well. And I hope that we will return to this topic later. So I'm just recording videos and upload them to YouTube.
But tell me, Dennis, where did you find the idea, or of making, of talking about piano technique? Because you also could easily, record yourself only playing, but you also wanted to talk about piano technique. Is it like a mission for you to solve the problem of some, pianist in the world that maybe he needs some help, and you say, okay, I know that I have the solution for him? Is it a mission for you?
Yeah, thanks. That's a great question. I'm glad that you posed it. Uh, there were many situations in my life when I had to think about that, and when I've got this idea that I would really love to share my experience, because personal reason is that I have always enjoyed a reputation of a guy who can play pretty everything. So I started playing piano quite late, almost at 9 years old, but I catched up pretty quickly, and already like by the age of 13 years old, I've played like pieces like Second Rachmaninoff Concerto or Mephisto Waltz by Liszt and whatever, and I enjoyed that very much. I think I have had a pretty good motoric, and I still have, but it was natural for me to play fast, loud, this
Yeah.
virtuoso stuff and whatever. And I always thought that my abilities, my capabilities are limitless. And I've never thought about ergonomic way of play, about the efficient way of playing, just played intuitively, But unfortunately, over the course of my life, when I had so many performances and so many hours of practicing every day, I stressed my hands little bit by little bit, and I even didn't notice how it happened, but I got a really serious hand problems and pains in my hands. And in my worst days, I couldn't even hold the spoon. So it was really a disaster. And instead of stopping immediately and finding a professional doctor who would help me, I continued to practice, and I didn't want to give up some performances which I had in my agenda, in my plan. So I did it even worse. And all this led me to a long break when I couldn't perform. And in order to return to performing, I really had to rethink the whole concept of piano playing and to educate myself about what is actually a natural way of playing, and how we can use, let's say, weight of our hand instead of muscle effort, how we can produce a really soft sound being not tensed, and to control a key in some way that it really responds even on four pianissimo, and such things. And just started to speak with people who had such issues, who worked with musicians who have had those issues, and just tried to get as much experience as possible observing my own practice. And I had a very great situation, because when I have been in my recovery phase, I could immediately feel if I play in some exaggerating way, because I immediately started to feel pain. But when I switched to a natural, efficient way of playing, I felt myself immediately better. So being on that age, I developed my kind of new way of playing and accumulated a number of tips which I would really love to share with people, because it's not only about health, it's about time saving. Because if you
So
practice in a right way, you spare a lot of time.
this is really interesting what you said, because actually it's the same thing that happened to me. I had this, I was thinking that playing at the beginning, when I was younger, I was playing in a muscle way. I don't know how to say, I have to explain. Really, making
You use the
the
muscle
hand
tension to produce a sound.
exactly, and this creates me a lot of problem. So I had actually to do the same thing as you doing. So I perfectly agree with you. But this is really important, the aspect of teaching, teaching to the student this approach, because you felt this problem on yourself, so you can prove that this method actually works. But the problem could be in online teaching. what do you think about online teaching? Because if there is a student near you, you can show him, also touch his arm to make him feel what you are feeling.
Well,
How,
depends in which
how
country. In some country, you're not allowed to touch your students.
yes, yes, I understand. But
You have to
how?
keep a 15 centimeter distance, like in Switzerland, for example. They have really official rules that you have to keep a 15 centimeter distance. I don't know why. I don't even want to guess why, but but that's true. Thanks. That's a good topic. Returning to previous one, I what you have said is really very much true, because so many piano teachers don't really bother with those things and speak about music without enlightening those physiological aspects of piano playing. And I have personally met a lot of my successful colleagues who teach a lot and who have said to me that, oh, I don't know how to build a correct hand position. I don't know what to do with students' hands. I just speak about music. I don't go into that. And I don't really understand this, because in that way you limit your students, and maybe some of them would want to become a really professional musician, and they will never achieve this goal. I started actually to think about it after I worked in a jury panel of a competition in Paris, and our task was to listen to students who played their final exam to get a master diploma, because this École Normale de Paris, it has a very interesting system, because everyone can get into the school, unless I mean, when you pay a fee, everyone can study. Yeah? But to get a diploma, you have to fight for it. You have to prove that you're good enough. So our task was just to understand who has reached this proficiency level to obtain a master diploma of this highly respectable school. And I have to say that among of 40 students, which we have listened, only less than a half of students have actually obtained this diploma. And most of people didn't get it because they had a very weird way of playing, physiologically weird, which didn't allow them to reach a good quality, although I felt how much effort they put into these performances, and I could feel how much do they practice. And one guy was playing, like, very talented guy, but he was playing like with his second finger really lifted up
Yeah.
all the way, like this,
Yes, I
and
know perfectly, Dennis.
he played a very complicated stuff like Prokofiev sonata whatsoever. And at some place, I was so scared that he will break his finger, because it was a spot when he had to move his right hand, over his left hand or opposite. Yeah, and I was always afraid that he will kind of break his finger with another hand. So and he didn't get his diploma because nobody explained him how to use his hands.
This is
So
really a
it's the
problem,
fault
when you
of
find
the teacher. It's not actually his fault.
Yes, this is exactly a very big problem, because many times we know what it means, Dennis. There are some teachers, they say, I talk about only about music. Okay, you can have also a very, also mature pianist, mature student. But if you are a teacher and you have a student, you see that there is some problem, you must say something. You must solve his technical problem. It's not okay. I talk about the cosmos. I talk about the Iperuranio of Plato. It's really totally crazy to understand this thing. So what you say, it's really important, and I'm really happy that you made this blog, because for sure will help many pianists that they don't know what to do, because maybe they have this kind of teacher. They are searching. There are many tutorials in internet, good tutorial or bad
Not
tutorial.
now, more and more, of course, because a lot of
Yes,
musicians go online now and start to do something similar or something different, but still online. Of course, returning to your question about online teaching, I have to admit that it's not that effective. And of course, when you work with a student face to face, he might pose you a certain question, or you can react on his own issues And what I am doing is more giving some general tips which might be useful for many people, but they are, of course, generalized, because I don't see those people who might need any advice, and I just have to improvise and give some basic stuff to think about.
But Dennis, what do you think about this situation for I mean for the musicians? What about the self promotion?
Well, I'm preparing to a very bad year, because I have already lost all concerts which I have had till June, and I have already recently got cancellations for concerts which were planned for August, October, November. So basically, the whole year is going to be a tough year for all musicians, of course. And for example, Lucerne Festival, which is a very powerful, very famous one, and it supposed to have place in August as always, but it was also cancelled completely recently. So as you see, the whole year will be empty, and even if you would get some concert opportunity, it doesn't mean that people will just run into the hall. I'm expecting that people will practice social distancing and avoiding public events for a much longer period of time than actually official measures against such events. So
You
in
actually
this
saying that
case,
you actually saying that Le Salon de la Musique is a very wonderful thing, because Le Salon de la Musique is giving it the solution for
of
this
course,
thing.
yes, and I'm
We
very
have
happy to be a part of it,
we
and I really
we have
respect deeply what you do. Yeah,
thank you very much. We have many artists that are playing for us, and they actually they are paid for their concert. There are many online festivals, but they don't pay any coin to the pianist. This is one, I say. I don't know if it's the only one, but this is a very serious festival that pays his artist, and so for now we have a solution. So Dennis, don't say next year is empty, because you must play for our festival. Don't forget.
thanks.
So
With
you
pleasure.
will we will have also you in our festival in Les Salon. So Dennis, I want to talk about the self promotion. So what I've seen that many pianists, many musicians, I say pianists because I deal with pianists almost. They don't know even how to make a video. They didn't know. They don't know even how to make a recording with a phone. This is a very big problem, because and many of them, they don't have a video. They have only videos from some competition, but they don't make videos. This is a really big problem, because they in 2020 you must have videos, you must show yourself, you must show your music. So do you think how much you think is important to show your music in internet?
Of course, each situation is different, and of course, there are some people who just get cool agent and don't bother with those things, just to keep practicing. But of course, what I see that many people have built their career from scratch using only self-promotion um, methods in the beginning. Of course, later you might bring attention to yourself, but if you just sit in the room practicing and hope that somebody will come by, hear your practice, and knock on your door and invite you to play in Carnegie Hall, of course, you're damn wrong. And there's, I have discussed this topic actually with my wife recently, who's also a concert pianist, and we agreed that when we were children, when we were young, we always
Dennis, one
yeah.
second. Sorry if I interrupt you. Dennis, sorry if I interrupt you, because there is here one comment that say that there is for 10 minutes the streaming broke. So somebody's writing here in the comment. I
Oh,
don't
I see.
understand
Yeah.
why. Yeah, let me check 1 second if everything is okay, because there is the risk that we were talking for 10 minutes and okay, let me see. No, actually, here is work. Please, dear friends, if you are here listening to us, write some comments and say that everything is okay, please.
I hear you well. So
Yes, also I hear you well, but the problem is that I think it's
okay,
yeah.
do you write
Okay.
that it should be okay? I
Uh,
think.
okay. Actually, we are famous, Dennis. We have our first hater. Somebody who
Oh,
wrote
cool.
"Go get." We have our first hater, so we are
Well,
famous.
I have
Somebody
a job actually.
wrote.
I work as an assistant
Yeah,
of
you know,
my
who is
professor
this
in
guy? Go get a job.
conservatory, but
Yeah.
I can't work because of the quarantine. So I'm sorry, but I have to refuse your offer.
Also there is here our dear Alex that is answering after you. Yes, great, Alex. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move and talk about serious thing.
Yeah.
Dennis, I want to ask you about your how you see the future of classical music, considering this thing. We don't know when we will come back to play in a concert hall. How you see the future of classical music?
Oh, that's a tough question actually. I'm not sure I'm able to respond to it fully because nobody knows what comes in future anyway. And I just think that we have to be more active in sharing our content, and we started to speak about self-promotion, and what you have said is very important. I find this topic very important because um, we obtain a lot of knowledge, about a lot of professional knowledge, studying in conservatories and music schools, but we have no clue about how to promote um, ourselves and our content. And for example, recently when I decided to go online and start my blog, I started to watch a lot of courses about how to film, how to edit, how to make post production, how to work with sound and whatever. And I'm just in the very beginning of that road, and of course it takes a lot of years actually to get a really solid experience and being able to produce a really professional video, let's say. But this is very important, and this is very important for everyone who wants to go viral and to get more audience and followers. Just recently, I've seen a wonderful video of two girls. I don't remember what are their names, but it was a really cool video. Two girls playing cembalo in a very
Mhm.
creepy, stylistically interesting room, filmed beautifully. It was filmed like a film. And this video went viral. And it's I mean of course they are playing very beautifully, very professionally, but the success of this video was not just because they were playing good, but because it was really cool filmed with a cool sound, with cool light, with a cool gear, and definitely professional filmographers were working on this video. So I think this is important, and this is what I'm studying right now, and I try to dedicate some time to studying those things.
So this is really important to to search how to do things. In fact, I was doing this for almost 4 years. So I understand because I am a musician and I didn't know how to use a microphone, how to use the computer. I had to learn how to use Final Cut, how to use Logic Pro. Now I can say I am a sound engineer. A movie maker. But what you said is really important. So I make a proposal to our pianist friends. If you want to learn how to do this thing, how to make videos, even with phone, really not buying some expensive equipment, please write here in the comment if you will be interested, so we can build some class. We can teach to our pianist, musician friend how to make
and
videos.
I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed by the quality of your productions of your recordings, which you do in Le Salon de la Musique. So I think that you really have to share your knowledge as well, and to help musicians to get at least some basic understanding about how to make a cool sound.
Thank you very much. Actually, you, dear friends, you can go to our Patreon page to see subscribing monthly to our Patreon page. There are all the first videos we made. They actually are. It's really beautiful to see how we improved, how much we improved. I remember the first video I made talking about picture from an exhibition of Mussorgsky, and I made it with a phone with very bad lights, and I didn't know anything. And it's written here, I would love to see some masterclass about the equipment. Who says, yes, Alex, we will do for sure for you. We need more
and for
people,
me,
because
I would also love to.
Dennis, no, but you are actually amazing. I was looking to your trailer. I said, "Wow, this guy already knows everything." So,
no.
what can I teach
well,
you?
I learned more about video till this point. I'm still very weak in working with audio, so I would really take a course with you.
Yes,
So think
if you
about it.
want,
I will be the first subscriber with Alex.
I can.
We will be the first people.
If you need something about sound, how to work with sound, I can suggest you many professional software. I can teach you how to work. Also, there is my friend Emmanuel Badet. We were working so much on this production. We did everything by ourselves. We made all Brahms music. We recorded with cameras, our cameras, with the microphones. So we made everything.
And
so
sounds hilarious. Of course, I'm following.
Yes, it's really incredible, the result.
Sounds
we
like
made it. we made it, and we are really proud of what we have done. So for sure, Dennis, we can have a chat. I can explain to you, to our dear Alex, that is always kind being with us in our chat. Dennis, here we have hello, then. Our friend is writing, I hope and wish that you and other musicians can starting with concerts so soon as possible. Yes, everyone is hoping this. Dennis, also I want to talk with you about your future, your project. Do you have any project for the future?
A part of my blog,
yes, a part of your blog. Yes, do you have any project?
I'm just performing, and of course now I'm not performing because nobody performs, but I'm just a free artist,
because we have now, you know what I mean, new project. I say, if you have any project, because you have so much free time here, so there is a lot of
I have a feeling that I've never worked that much as on this quarantine, because a part of practicing and preparing to some recordings, like tomorrow I'm going to a studio and I have to record a bunch of stuff. But I still have to play my exams, and the Hochschule, I still don't know in which format they will be, probably online, or probably I will gonna to have some recording. I don't know how those government measures will affect our exams, but I still have to prepare to that. And this blog takes, of course, enormous quantity of time. I mean, each 10-minute video takes at least like 4 full working days, because just to bring all that gear to record, it's already 4 hours, and then you have to edit it, cut, make color corrections, sound, and whatsoever. So yeah, it's a big job, of course, so it takes a lot of time. I don't know, when people complaining, I don't understand when people complaining, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm so frustrated. I feel really over busy on this quarantine, and I have managed to do a lot of things, but yeah, time
And
flies
I
really fast.
understand because I came here from US and it looked like it was yesterday. Now we are in 20 of May, and I came here in Italy in 4th of March, and looks like it was yesterday. I was so busy I cannot even practice, because of this festival. This festival uh, came in my mind, in this quarantine, because I said we must do something, for this, to solve this situation.
Yeah.
We are artists. We cannot be forgotten. So because we have also very bad situation with politics. Nobody supporting us. They say, okay, our let's think about our artists. They make us so happy. Yes, let's think. How you think? So we need to survive. We need to fight all together. Also, this is a very important thing. What we have done in the Salon de la Musique, we build a community of musicians that they are really strong all together. They work for one idea, and I'm really thank you. I really thank you, Dennis, because without you, the salon will be not exist. So you are the
I'm
most
afraid
important part of.
I'm not investing as much as I should in this beautiful. What I really respect in what you're doing is that you're going out of the box and think not about making something for yourself, but making something for others, and try to help other artists. And if we speak about self promotion, of course, any self promotion would not be. Um, Reasonable if you just try to go out and say, hey, look at how cool I play. I mean, nobody really cares. You just have to share something with people, what they need. And this is I think this is very important, and that's why I think that sharing our experience in playing piano, or helping other people in getting attention in online formats, is very important. And I really appreciate when people do something not just to promote purely themselves, but when they do something which has value for others. And my
Uh,
deepest respect to you for
Dennis,
that.
I want to talk with you about one last thing, but it's really important. I want to ask you, what do you think about the figure of the patrons? Because it's really important, that our public will support us, especially in this moment. So what do you think about Mozart? All musicians, Beethoven, they had somebody who were supporting them.
Well, yes, surely the art, usually it doesn't really bring um, some financial resources back, because what we produce emotions basically, and ideas, but not a real product which might be consumed or sold. We sell some um, not real stuff, and I
We
can
sell
understand.
emotion.
We sell emotions, yes, and I can understand the point of our um, visitor here, that yes, making music, it's not a real job, because you don't produce a real stuff. You produce something which you can't touch, and many people really don't understand what does it mean. And I've had friends who told me comic situations from their life when they were asked, "What are you doing for a living?" and they told like, I'm a pianist." And the answer, the reaction was like, "Oh, I also take some piano lessons on Sundays. But what are you doing for a living?" So
Yes.
many people don't really understand that it might be a way of life and a profession. And of course, the role of people who understand that and who really support the art is very important. And without such people, any art won't be possible. If you open any program note of Metropolitan Theater, for example, you will find an endless list of sponsors and people who donate huge amount of money to the art. And without those people, of course, even such famous theater like Metropolitan Opera probably would not be possible to
you know
maintain.
I am Italian, so let's talk about food. We go to the restaurant. We could go now; it's not possible because of this quarantine. But I remember when I was going to the restaurant to find a pizza. I don't go to eat because I'm hungry. I go to eat because I'm searching for an emotion. I want that pizza of that restaurant because that pizza makes me happy. As we do actually the same thing. We don't sell something to eat, but we sell something for the ears, for the heart. So we are doing the same. We are selling emotions. So this is really important. The fact that our friends of Alessandro Music will support us, because supporting us, we can create more and more. We made so much in this year. We're 15 months so productive. We made more than 200 videos. We collaborated with so many artists, and we did it thanks to our friends. But now in this moment that is really difficult, we need your support even more. So we have our Patreon page where you can subscribe with very small amount of money monthly, and receive many benefits. For example, our Telegram service. I repeat all the time this because it's really important. Our Telegram service, for those who don't know classical music, but they want to understand classical music, they want to start to love classical music because they heard about this thing, what is classical music, but they don't know where to start. We will think about. So subscribe to our Patreon. You will find English or Italian or Spanish Telegram, and every day at the same time we will send you one very interesting telegram, a very short juice of the one piece of classical music that we think is beautiful. So at the end of the year, after 365 days, you will know 365 new piece of classical music. It's a really good thing. Also, you can see our interviews that we made, all our old videos. Also, it's possible to have a question and answer, so you can send us some email, and also if you are a musician, you can send us a video. We will provide constructive critique to this video. So there are many things really interesting on our Patreon page. So please take a look to there is the link below in the description. Also here I want to show the YouTube channel of Denis, so all of you can subscribe to his YouTube channel. This is really important because also it's important to monetize. Let's remember the having 1,000 subscribers. Okay, 1 second. Boom. In the comment should be now the. Okay, done it. Okay, Denis, thank you very much. We will have for sure another opportunity to talk about your project. Also, we will we will broadcast your performances. So there will be for sure other opportunity to talk with our friends and share our love for music with the world. So thank you very much, Denis. Thanks to our friends of Le Salon de la Musique. See for the next interview that will be. Now I will say when, because I'm here. I am looking so many interviews I have to do. Oh my God, 22. Yes, say it.
Yeah, just before we say bye and you announce the next event, I want to say just two things. First of all, I want deeply thank to people who already are supporting my channel on Patreon. I really love you guys, because without your support I would feel really much worse. And it's very encouraging when you start something that big, that time consuming and energy consuming. It's really cool when somebody supports you and cheer up for you. So thank you so much, and it was a true pleasure to speak with you, Francesco. Thank you for what you're doing for the art,
Pleasure is mine.
for musicians, and I also wish a lot of wonderful things for your big company. Let's hope that it will become a really big agency and important in the classical music world society. So thank you very much. And I think we had a question, or was it
I don't
spam?
know what
I
is
think
this.
yeah, it's more likely spam. But
Oh
thank you
my God.
nevertheless.
But what is happening today? We had our first spam, our first hater. Today is we need to make a toast with some glass of wine. Oh my God. Okay, Dennis, thank you very much. Thanks to our friends of Le Salon. Our next interview will be Friday. I don't say anything more because it will be a surprise. You will receive all the details in the next days. So thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Good night. Good night to our friends.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching that, and have a good night.
Bye bye.